Remember also your Creator in the days of your youth, before the evil days come and the years draw near of which you will say, I have no pleasure in them. Solomon urges the young to ground their lives in God before the vitality of youth fades. The evil days refer to the inevitable season of old age, when physical strength declines and the capacity for earthly pleasure diminishes. In biblical times, youth was seen as the season for hard labor and military service. Today, our culture often views youth as a season for extended adolescence or consequence-free exploration. Ecclesiastes argues that the habits of faith must be formed now, or they may never be formed at all. Before the sun and the light and the moon and the stars are darkened and the clouds return after the rain. This begins a poem of physical decline. The darkening of the luminaries represents the failing eyesight of the elderly, where even after a rain, a time of trouble, the clouds, melancholy or more trouble, immediately return. Ancient people lived by the rhythms of natural light. Modern man uses technology to hide the darkness, yet the spiritual reality remains. We cannot outrun the fading of our internal world as we approach the end. In the day when the keepers of the house tremble and the strong men are bent, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those who look through the windows are dimmed, and the doors on the street are shut. Solomon uses an allegory of an estate. The keepers' hands tremble. The strong men, legs bend. The grinders' teeth are lost. The windows' eyes grow dim. The doors, hearing or social interaction, close as the elderly person retreats from the world. Ancient elders were respected as keepers of tradition. Today we often segregate the elderly into care facilities, masking the trembling house from public view. Yet the preacher forces us to look directly at the fragility of our home of clay. They are afraid also of what is high, and terrors are in the way. The almond tree blossoms. The grasshopper drags itself along, and desire fails because man is going to his eternal home. Fear replaces confidence. The almond tree represents white hair. The grasshopper is a heavy weight even for a strong man. Desire fails as the body no longer responds to the senses. The destination is the eternal home, the grave. Ancient elders feared high places and uneven roads due to lack of medical aid. Today, despite modern medicine, we still face the terror of the road, the existential dread of an ending we cannot control. Before the silver cord is snapped, or the golden bowl is broken, and the dust returns to the earth as it was, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. These four images, cord, bowl, pitcher, wheel, represent the suddenness and finality of death. The dust refers to our physical origins in Genesis, while the spirit, or ruach, returns to the Creator for judgment. Biblical people saw death as a communal return to the earth. In our present era, we often try to digitalize or sterilize death. But the preacher reminds us that every silver cord snaps eventually, and our only permanence is found in the spirit's return to God. Besides being wise, the preacher also taught the people knowledge. The words of the wise are like goads, and like nails firmly fixed are the collected sayings. They are given by one shepherd. Wisdom isn't just theory. It is a goad that prods us toward truth, and a nail that provides stability. These truths come from the one shepherd, Jesus Christ, the source of all ultimate wisdom. Ancient students memorized Proverbs. Today we suffer from information overload, where knowledge is plentiful but stability is rare. The preacher calls us back to the fixed nails of biblical truth. Of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. The end of the matter. All has been heard. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. The quest ends not in a library, but in a life of reverence. To fear God is not terror, but trust and awe. The whole duty, literally the all of man, is to live in light of God's final judgment. Ancient seekers traveled to find sages. We have Google at our fingertips. Yet much study without God still leads to weariness. The timeless solution remains the same. Stop searching for profit under the sun, and start living for the one who created the sun. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Subscribe and join us for more videos on unlocking the Bible.